Just be yourself. The reason I'm saying this message is because this is something that my younger self needed to hear. And it's obviously super cliche, so it's not like it's something that you don't hear. But I think when it comes to like longer form content like this on YouTube or just in general, I don't think that the topic is discussed enough. I think there's a lot of other topics that are discussed, but just being yourself, I don't think there's too much. So that's why I'm here today to talk to you about why you should just be yourself. The same way I try to just be myself. And the reason I'm telling you this is because there was a time in my life where I was always thinking about how my actions were going to affect other people, or I was afraid of how my actions were going to affect people. Oh, but if I'm going to be myself, like, people don't like that. People have told me that I'm conceited, cocky. So let me just not ever talk positively about myself, because I was told since I was little that I was conceited, and looking at yourself in the mirror and smiling at yourself wasn't cool, it wasn't acceptable, that I was conceited. And I was told that like the word conceited was said to me in a negative way. Like it was a bad thing that I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, you look sexy. I legit would do that as a kid. I would be like, damn, you look fucking good. I was about myself. Honestly, as a kid, I was all about myself. Like, I really did have that kind of natural kind of aura about myself, you know? Kind of like maybe what some people might consider like a cool person, you know? It just has this like natural aura, like confidence. Like, I remember I had that as a kid. Like, I like myself. I like my physique, but not because I was like ripped. I was just a kid. But I was like just kind of skinny, and I liked it. Like, I liked my body. And I remember I would look at myself in the mirror and I would do my hair, and I fucking liked my shit, dude. Like, I really liked myself. And then I got told by someone in my life that I was conceited. And so I stopped liking myself in that type of way for a really long time. And I think now I'm starting to get back to that, to just looking at myself in the mirror and just being like, damn, bro, you look good, you know? So and maybe that sounds funny, to be honest, because I think a lot of people don't have that sort of admiration for themselves. And I'm just kind of getting back to feeling that type of way for myself. And I think for a long time I thought that, yeah, like, you know, it's like you're not supposed to like really like yourself. But like, no, like, you're genuinely supposed to really fuck with yourself. Like, heavy. Like, the same way that we could admire like a celebrity or a musician or anybody. Like, we should admire ourselves or love ourselves like more than anybody else. Honestly, I think so. Because if you think about it, like, you look at yourself in the mirror more often than anybody else. Like, you are closer to yourself than anybody else, and you're never going to be closer to anybody else but yourself. So it only really makes sense to actually be hyped on you more than anybody else, honestly. Because then you carry that sort of energy with you, and everybody wants to be around that energy. So that's why you should just be yourself, because you probably did love yourself at some point, like really heavy, like I used to, and I'm getting back to that point now. And someone made you start doubting in that love that you had for yourself. Could have been something that happened, but it happened enough times where it really made you think that there was something wrong with you being that way. And it was like somehow an inherent bad thing for the world, or at least for this one person who you really liked and who told you that you shouldn't be that way. And because that person meant the world to you, then you really took it to heart. So just be yourself, because ultimately it's the way that you talk to yourself, and it's the way that you choose to look at yourself over and over that will eventually become the way you just look at yourself naturally, like without any sort of like warm up per se. Let's say like you could just wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and feel fucking proud of who you are, right? But I think the only way that you get to that point is like you have to start prioritizing yourself and really doing the things that you want to do in your life. Like, don't allow fear of the unknown, and don't allow the judgment of others to stop you. Because frankly, I think a lot of people are not really living their life to the fullest. I think a lot of people have succumbed themselves to living like a mediocre life relative to what their potential really is. So the majority of people are not really, I mean, this sounds kind of cynical, but I don't mean it in a cynical way. I mean it in just keeping it real. I do think that a lot of people kind of just accepted living like an okay life, like being the okay version of themselves. I think people just kind of got comfortable in their ways and stopped pursuing growth and like having the childlike curiosity to want to know like what can I do with this life truly, like what can I truly accomplish in this life. And I think a lot of us as human beings kind of lost that drive. And I think it's really all comes down to fear, because we allow fear to really dictate every choice that we make, and we're not willing to take chances on ourselves or take chances in our life. So just be yourself. And I think the main reason why is because you're gonna progressively just get older and older. And I think more and more, like, you're just gonna realize like, fuck dude, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that, I wish I would have taken more advantage of this. And I've had that. Like, I've literally thought to myself a lot of different things. I'm like, man, I wish I would have done this or that. Or like, holy shit, like, damn, I had all those opportunities and I didn't actually do anything about it. But like, it's all in hindsight, right? Hindsight 2020. Now that you look back, you can see it all. But what really, really matters is that you are seeing things clearly now. And that means that now you have the choice to create the life that you've always wanted with the time that you do have left. And you probably got a pretty decent amount of time, to be honest. Maybe that's not what you tell yourself, but I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're probably younger than 50 years old. And if you're in your 40s, 30s, 20s, and if you're before your 20s, you're just barely getting started, like, you still got a lot of time. Because if you think about it, like, let's say you were the oldest in that range that I said. Like, let's say you're 49. Let's say you're not like in the best shape, you don't have really great habits. But let's say for like the next 5 years, you just really honed in on yourself and just really just try to get your life in order. Just think about how different you would be in those 5 years. And then you would be 54 and you would have like changed yourself completely. And then imagine from 54 to, let's say, 90. Let's say you live to 90, which I don't think is that, I guess, probably that hard, especially if you changed your habits and you have good habits at 54. Let's say you live to 90, and especially because technology and medication and all that, it seems like everything's continuing to advance. Like, you're going to be able to live a long time more. 54 to 90, let's do some basic math. Yeah, I think 36 years. So if you're 54, you live to 90, you still got 36 years, bro. I'm not even 36 yet. I'm 28. And I've only been conscious for like 24 of these years, you know? So like, you would still live another 36 years. That's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time. So just be yourself. Eventually you're going to regret that you weren't just yourself. Eventually you're going to regret that you didn't take the chances on the things that you knew you wanted deep down inside. Be yourself. Don't try to only be 50% of who you really are. No, be who you truly are in front of everybody. In front of your mom, in front of your dad, in front of your brother, in front of your teachers, in front of your mentors, in front of your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, your wife, your husband. Just be yourself 100% in front of everybody. Because then, first of all, if you're yourself all the time, people can help you out. Because when you're truly yourself, that means your flaws are also showing. You're not trying to hide your flaws either. When you're being yourself, it doesn't mean I'm this perfect magical thing. Being yourself means that your flaws are also being exposed and you're not hiding it from people. But people seeing that can help you. And you can improve upon yourself because you actually see your flaws. You're not hiding from them. You're not running from them. You actually notice them, actually. You know, and you learn this through the self-reflection process. Journaling, some sort of creative outlet. You're going to start to become more aware of the things that you aren't doing so well, that you can improve upon. And so then that channels growth. So just be yourself. I know it's way easier said than done, but I'm hoping that at least this is one video that you hear that plants the seed of, you know what, I'm just going to be myself. Because at the end of the day, like I was mentioning earlier, like, we're just getting older, man. Like, time goes on, and whether you choose to be yourself or be some facade, like, time's gonna go on either way. And I think probably pretty much everybody would prefer for their later parts of their life to be better than not better, right? Who doesn't want tomorrow to be the best version of tomorrow? You know, because why would you want it to be anything not better? You know, the same way you would want today to be a 10 out of 10, you want tomorrow to be a 10 out of 10 too, right? Well, being yourself is going to make tomorrow a better day. Because you're actually going to be able to feel proud. You're actually going to be able to feel love for yourself. You're actually going to be able to feel deep gratification and fulfillment because you're actually genuinely helping people now. Because when you're just yourself, you lose anger. You lose depression. You lose anxiety. You lose fear. And so you become more free. And I think that's what we all really want. We want to be free. So just be yourself. Tune back in for more wisdom like this, for more positivity, for more good affirmation. I'm going to keep posting videos indefinitely. So if you like my energy, make sure to like the video. Make sure to comment down below what it means to you to be yourself. And if you think this video can be helpful to somebody that you know, make sure to share it with them. We got to spread the love, the positivity, the wisdom, because that's how the world spins, man. We all help each other, whether we know it or not. We all making transactions. We're all energetically, we're all influencing the environment. We're influencing ourselves. So let's keep spreading the good vibes. If you felt like this video was good vibes, you felt like there was some wisdom, you felt like I planted some positive seeds in you, then go ahead and like that button. It's going to make it so that more people are able to watch the video. It reaches more people. Make sure to comment what it means to you to be yourself. That's also going to help for more people to see the video. And like I said, lastly, and I'm going to say it one more time, make sure to share the video. Make sure to share that video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to keep seeing these videos. All right? Much love. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.